Hi, my name is Kings. Thank you for stopping by if this is your first time, and I hope that I'm able to answer the questions that you have got. Firstly, I would like to say that I am a qualified social worker and have been since 2018. I began my social work journey in 2015, so I can vividly remember how I spent time trying to go through the internet to understand the profession, what it is they do, and trying to really see if I can navigate my way through the degree and ultimately coming out with a qualification. So I will say the degree is definitely worth pursuing and the career is definitely worth being a part of. So without any further ado, I would like to say let's look into it. So who are social workers? What do they do? Social workers are a set of professionals. Their sole focus and aim is to ensure that people within society are supported to meet their basic needs, really. Our overall aim is to enhance people's well-being, support and walk with them through challenging and complex situations. We work with people from various backgrounds, that could be ethnicity, that could be class. Our duty is to ensure that nobody is left behind. I suppose that's what the army said, isn't it? Nobody's left behind. People feel that they are able to survive what it is that they're facing at that period in time. It's important to kind of state that whilst our profession cater for everyone, one thing that we do find is we often are working with people that are most vulnerable in society, that are oppressed or living in poverty. That's where a lot of our work seems to be centered around, really. I suppose what you would want to know, having known who we are, is an understanding of what it takes to become a social worker. One thing I will say is that you cannot be a social worker if you do not have a degree. It is a protected profession by law. Nobody can claim to be a social worker if they haven't got the degree or registered with the body, which is Social Work England. It takes 3 years to go through the degree program. If it's a BA that you're pursuing, I've got a BA myself, so it was a 3 year program. The first year is about preparing you for what life as a social worker is, what it is that they actually do and stuff like that. The theoretical aspect of social work, that's what the first year really kind of covers. And the second year, that's where you go into expanding that knowledge that you've covered in the first year, and you're going into practical aspects of the job where you have to go through placements and all of that, really. I suppose what I can do is get out a video on what it is to expect as a student social worker. Okay, so if it is something you're interested in, do leave me a comment and I will put it together. So if you've already got a degree, you can pursue a master's, which would be 2 years. What you find is that the program, the 3 year program, is condensed into 2 years. So that's something else we can definitely kind of explore when I'm putting together to expect. And a third route that you can also pursue, it is the step up to social work. That usually is something that you would do when you work with a local authority. The program is usually around 14 months. What that does is that it combines the work with the study. A lot of the time you find that there is a lot of competition because of the amount of people that are looking to pursue that. There's a There are criteria that you have to meet within the local authority. But a good way of looking at it still, if you do not feel that you want to go and complete the degree without realizing if it is really for you, going through that step of the social work, what you do or are exposed to is that you can get a job as a sport and assessment worker, where you do not have where you do not have to have a degree, or a support worker where you have the experience of working with service users and are exposed to some of the experience of being in that environment. That kind of, I believe, really prepares you for a lot and the life of social work. As a social worker, when you've eventually got the degree, what you do have, I will say, is a lot of options. You have got options to either work with children or work with adults. If you're choosing to work with adults, you can work with adults with learning difficulties, adults with mental health, as well as other options. I can do a video on some of the job opportunities that are available to you. But if you do decide to go for children, you can work in the community, you can work in development, you can work with child protection, you can decide to work with children with disability or work with a youth program. You can decide, you know what, this is not for me. I want to go into education. You can decide to be a lecturer or a teacher in one of the schools. You can go on to become part of the policy producers, really, because we do have social workers that help to inform the policies that we're governed and have to work in. I'm hoping that you've been able to get some answers to the questions that you came looking for. If there's any more questions that you'd like me to answer, please leave it in the video comments below. I'll try my best to respond, and I try to put in content once every week on a Saturday. Please check out for the content, and if you like and are interested in the videos that we are providing, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, I hope that you stay safe and you look after yourself. All the best on your journey into this field, and hope to speak again. Bye for now.